Ciao Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We have a book look today for Around the Corner Crochet Borders. Now this book I got in Happy Mail. This was a birthday gift from Kay. She does not have a channel, but she is a great supporter and an absolutely wonderful friend of mine. I do not know, and I said this when I opened the book, I don't know if I'll do a Label My Library on this. She also sent me a Tunisian stitch dictionary, which I did a book look on already. But this is something that's super handy to have, and I think it would be good. I just don't know that doing a Label My Library on it would be good, because you can use it with so many things, but it needs to fit the right project. So if, let's say, I'm doing a C2C blanket, there may be a border in here that fits more so than one that I like, right? Not to say I won't do a Label My Library, but I just don't think that that will be coming anytime soon. Maybe later down the road if I decide to do it, but right now I won't. So I'm gonna do a book look on it and we'll flip through it. This was on my Amazon wish list, and it says 150 colorful creative crocheted edgings with charts and instructions for turning the corner perfectly every time. Right? So we open the book, and there, just in flipping through it when I got it, there were some beautiful pictures. Like, look at that. All of those colors, it is just stunning, right? So there are some pieces where it kind of talks about contrasting colors and making sure you're working on the corner, how to like increase and make it all work, and how to do your stitch count math, changing colors, reading charts, and then we get into the actual guide, like for the specific borders. Okay, so this is an interesting note here. It says the borders on the following pages are not all shown to scale. Some of the larger borders have been reduced in size to fit on the page. Some of the narrower ones have been enlarged. So just because it looks this size on the page doesn't mean that it will be that same size when you crochet it. Okay. None of these have like names necessarily as I'm flipping through them. But there are charts and patterns. So this one's kind of interesting. It's kind of like a diamond pattern. On there. I'm covering up the chart. That's why my hand is there. That one's pretty. I'm not going to show you all 150 of them. This one has lots of different colors. So it looks like this one has different size stitches in it, or different kinds of stitches, just because of the height and the change in the color. So that one's kind of neat. Right. Now I am working on a super secret project, so there is a chance that one of these borders might show up in the super secret project. I don't know. I haven't this is the first time I've actually looked through the book completely. Oh, I like this one, but I wouldn't put this on the super secret project just because I don't have all the colors that are in the super secret project. So I only have 2 of the colors that are in the super secret project. So I wouldn't want to make that distinction. I like the corner on this one. You can see the edge there. You can't. Right there, the corner. And some of these have beadwork in them, which is not something that I really am a fan of right now. Maybe later in time. This one has some, looks like picots. And this one's nice. There we go. So there's two here. Sorry, I'm trying to cover them. So there's... I'm doing bad at this. I'm really bad at this. Okay. So let's just try one at a time then. So there's that one. That one's really nice. And then this one. It didn't work. Okay. Well, just one at a time then. So I didn't see, go back, I didn't see like a table of contents that told me like how to break down. So this is the table of contents, right? But this doesn't break down the kinds of edges like an open border or like a tighter stitch border or anything like that. So it just says the edgings. And then it goes into all 150 of them. So this one, right, this one is a more, this is what I mean by closed. There's not open spaces in the border. It's another closed one. It looks like that would be kind of a big border with those trebles in there. And then see, this is another open one. So there's not like a rhyme or reason as to how they're ordered. They're just in there. So if I had a thought on the book, it would be maybe to group them so that if someone wanted to find a closed, like a solid border, they could do that versus one that had beadwork, one that had different, like a puff stitch border, one that had the windows, the open spaces. Would do something like that. This one's kind of neat, like with the, kind of looks like stars. That one looks kind of cool. All right, we are at, what is that? Is that like, those look like, those almost, it almost looks like a brocade. Like, is that like brocade? Like you would see on older fabrics and things. Like embellishments or to like, fringe kind of things that would. So we're now in the 50s. Still got a little bit of a ways to go. I'd be here all day if I was showing them all to you. This one's neat. It's like puff stitches, but on top of each other. That would be a yarn eater for sure. I could see that one being a yarn eater. Well, this one's interesting with the little flowers on it. Ooh, I could barely see those beads in there. Barely see those, but it looks... Oh. They really kind of blend in with that green. That's an interesting one. I don't think I could get that fancy on my super secret project. This one. Oh, that one's interesting, like a zigzag kind of thing. Looks like it's a surface surface crochet on top of there. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I didn't read the pattern. And then they have some like this. They have several like this that have like different kinds of flowers or different kinds of things, almost like a fringe sticking out. This one. Oops. Oh, they put buttons on it. This one they put buttons on. That would be another way to embellish. Okay, we're in the 90s now. Oh, this one is very open. I don't know if I like that corner. It seems really, really big compared to the rest of the border. That would be something, me personally, I would put on like a... something that wasn't going anywhere or wasn't going to get used a lot, because I wouldn't want it to get caught on something. That would be a bit annoying. Oh, this one's kind of neat. It's like a crisscross kind of pattern. So how they overlap each other. It's neat. I did something kind of like this with the spinny, I want to call it the spinny wheelie blanket, but I don't think that's what it was called. It was crochet-a-long that I did over at Lady Bird Love's channel, and we had to pick a certain number of colors, and then the wheel that she uses for drawings and things, she put stitches on it, and so there would be one that would pick a color, one that would pick a stitch, and that would be what you would use. So color number 1, and it would be a double crochet stitch or something like that. But I did a border kind of like this on my blanket, so that I had every color that I had used in the blanket in the border. And it turned out to be a massive blanket. I was not intending it to be that large, but it was. I still have it. It's really comfy. This one's interesting. It's like little discs. Instead of the things coming out of the top, they're kind of going down into the uh, border. That's kind of neat. Oh, this would be interesting for like a survivor blanket. So every illness or cancer has a color assigned to it, and survivors and sufferers often use that ribbon to, designate their um, illness. And pink is breast cancer. My Hodgkin's lymphoma is purple. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is like a lime green color. Oh, and there's a whole list of all kinds of things, but that's what that reminded me of. So if someone was like a cancer survivor or some other, you could do that border on a blanket in their, whatever the color is for their ribbon. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. This is 129, so we're almost at the end. 129. And there are some that are like two to a page, like one on one side and one on the other, but it was so difficult for me to show that to you. I'm just skipping over those. This one's interesting. Different levels of like shells or fans. You can see. Lamp is putting a little bit of a glare on the book. This one's 145. Or even if they did it like by levels of difficulty, if they divided it like that, I'll show you the last one. This is number 150. I would like to see some sort of like, so I could flip just right to the kind of border that I was looking for, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not the one who wrote the book. It could have been incredibly difficult to do something like that. I have no idea. So then there is a punctuation like glossary. So it will tell you like what the symbols mean, what like defining the stitches and abbreviations, which is kind of cool. And then there's a chart stitch key, which is nice because I'm finding that not all charts use the same symbols. A lot of them do, but it's not quite as recognizable as like a written pattern. So it's nice to have the key there so you know exactly what they mean by the symbols that they're using. But this is an exciting book. I did see a couple of things that I might use for my super secret project. I'm not going to show you what it is though. But I did see some things that I might use for that super secret project. And I hope that you all have enjoyed checking out this book with me. I do have some more books coming, but they're like the children's books. So like I was doing the books where I was reading the children's books that had to do with yarn and knitting and crocheting. So I have some of those that are coming that I ordered because I thought that would be fun. I like those, and I thought that would be fun. I'm trying desperately to finish this puzzle that's been in timeout, but I'll start it, and 10 minutes in, I'm just like, no. So I have another puzzle that I may do. I got it on the same trip, so I may do that one and talk about the replace the trip instead of the one that I had started. And I may hold on to that video, but I may scrap it. I don't know. It's just the puzzle. Because I dropped the pieces and then it fell apart, and trying to get it all back together was frustrating. But I do have another puzzle video coming at some point, and I have some of the other like fiber arts on screen and fiber facts with you. Those will be coming sometime this month, and haven't really been working on a whole lot, because if you didn't see my video for Monday, things went kind of crazy over spring break, and it's been a little difficult. Things are fine now. I mean, they weren't too terrible then. It was just frustrating because one bad thing after another kept happening, and that's slowed down, but still trying to work my way out of those situations. So that takes up a lot of my time, and I am tired after that. So a lot of times I will just read instead of crochet when I get to that point, because if I try to crochet when I'm that tired, I'm gonna mess something up, and then I'm gonna be upset with myself and the project, and I don't need to be, because I would have put myself in that situation. So there's no sense in taking the frustration out on the project or anything like that. But anywho, that's not what you're here for. I will let you go. Again, I hope that you enjoyed looking at crochet borders with me. And again, Kay, thank you so much. This was an incredible gift. Just the one book alone, much less both of them, absolutely phenomenal. And thank you so much for such an amazing pair of books as my birthday gift. So, as always, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!